ready whenever,
Alrighty. Alrighty.
Here we are.
Yeah.
Halloween Stephen King Spooktacular.
Here we go.
Number 4.
The metaphor.
So today we watched Halloween Kills.
We did. We did.
But that's not what this episode is.
No. Has nothing to do with that.
No.
No.
We put a lot of work into this.
We did.
So.
We did. Who cares about that?
Professionals.
Yeah. Who cares about Halloween Kills?
Yeah. Fuck that movie.
Yeah.
We haven't even done the first Halloween, so why would we tell you about that movie?
Yeah. We ain't touching it. Not yet, anyways.
Not for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, I'm Mike.
I'm John.
And this is Stephen King's...
This is B-Views.
Yes, but his...
And we're talking about Dr. Sleep.
Yes.
The Mike Flanagan movie.
Yes.
One of our masters of horror.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Number 4, man.
Episode 4.
Yeah. Plugging along.
I think this is also only the 4th Stephen King movie we've ever talked about. Well, Stephen King property, I guess. Because we did both Pet Sematary.
We did.
Well, it hasn't come out yet, but we're gonna have done that.
Yeah. It's coming.
Yeah, it's coming.
Stick around for that.
Yeah, it's a good time.
Hell yeah. Yeah. Yeah, but this is a gem.
This movie
is true gem.
Okay.
And by a gem, I mean the book.
Oh, the book is amazing.
Yeah.
The book for this is amazing.
Movie hits and misses.
The movie is weird. The movie makes me want to watch a Shining movie, or an adaptation of The Shining, done by Mike Flanagan, and then see what his actual take on Dr. Sleep would be.
Yeah, that'd be nice, eh?
Yeah, because this movie it mixes and matches shit to make it like... It mixes and matches shit to kind of... This is a thing that happens with a lot of the Stephen King movies, is they'll change things to be like, oh, this makes it a better movie, but it also, like, completely undermines the themes and tones and meanings of the story.
Right.
So you just fucked it up. Congratulations.
Yeah.
And, Mike Flanagan, what the fuck?
Yeah, I mean, what the hell you doing, dude?
I'm not saying this is a bad movie.
No.
Because this movie actually has some of my favorite scenes. Like, this has the potential to have been my favorite Stephen King movie if they didn't fuck it up. And this movie is interesting because there's a very clear, defining line in the movie where it's like, the movie is good until this moment.
Right. Oh, yeah.
Like,
there's a hit.
The movie is amazing.
It is.
Until one specific moment. And all of us independently were able to name that exact moment. Mm-hmm. So it's not just me or you.
No.
It's Sav also pointed out. Mm-hmm. So this is a spoiler show. We always spoil everything.
Come on. You've been here long enough. If you've been watching.
We should probably talk about this movie a little bit first.
Okay.
So, Dr. Sleep, which is one of my favorite Stephen King books, is about Danny Torrance from The Shining, which we talked about last weekend, which is today, because the episode dropped today.
Yeah.
So that's fun.
So give that a watch before you watch this.
Oh yeah, go give that a watch. It's fun.
Yeah. Go give that a watch. That's a gem.
I think so.
I do too.
I put some work into it. We all put some work into it.
Absolutely.
Oh god, we put a lot of work into it.
Dude.
That miniseries is long.
That's long.
And there are parts of that miniseries that fucking drag.
It's long.
There are parts of that movie that kind of drag too, but that's a different thing.
Yeah.
Or is it? Because
it smashes. It meshes.
So much of this movie is literally just The Shining, where they were just like.
Now this is Stanley Kubrick's.
This is the sequel to Stanley Kubrick's The Shining.
Yes.
This is the sequel to Stephen King's novel The Shining.
Yes.
Yes. Both are very different. Mm-hmm. One is clearly better. One is kind of a mishmash of bullshit. But also, like, could be really good.
Could be.
This movie is perfectly casted.
It's very well done.
Rose the Hat is perfect.
Yeah.
Ewan McGregor as Danny's perfect.
Even the dude who was Dick Halloran was good.
Oh yeah, he was pretty good.
Even Wendy.
Wendy was good.
I mean, it was obviously Stanley Kubrick's Wendy.
She wasn't like super weird looking like Shelley Duvall, but you know,
there's nothing wrong with that, by the way. There's nothing wrong with looking weird.
No, right. I mean, who am I to say who looks fucking weird?
Right,
but
just poor Shelley Duvall.
Yeah.
Hope she's doing okay in Wyoming.
I mean, Shelley Duvall's awesome. Everything. Like, I loved her as Olive Oil in the Popeye movie.
I did too.
Like, that's a really cool movie to me.
She deserved better.
Yeah.
Yeah, so go watch that.
Hang on a second. The cat is eating something in the hallway. Donna,
stop that.
Donna, sorry, guys. This is unedited. Donna, I don't know what you... Donna, this is string. You can't eat string. These are little threads. Come here.
I guess we'll have the cat again.
Sorry.
Alright. So yeah, back to Dr. Sleep.
What were you talking about?
We were talking about the cast.
Oh yeah, it's really good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I also like the guy who plays Crow Daddy.
Yeah. He's good.
He's almost exactly what I pictured. Him and Rose are almost exactly what I pictured when I read the book.
Right. Right.
And Ewan McGregor is just generic enough for him to have been what I pictured Danny as.
Right.
So,
right.
He looks like a lot of other actors in Hollywood.
Yeah.
And the only reason I can recognize him apart from other people is because he played Obi-Wan.
Absolutely. He was good as Obi-Wan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was very good in the Star Wars movies.
Yeah.
And we're not going to talk about Star Wars ever, probably.
Nope.
As much as I would love to talk about Star Wars, I don't love death threats, so...
Yeah. Go somewhere else to watch it.
Oh, maybe one day. Who knows? I'm sure at some point people will will request it of us.
That doesn't mean that we have to do it.
We'll see. I'm sure at some point we'll do it, but not for a while at least.
Not until we're really established.
Established.
Anyways.
Yeah. So... Alright, so basically this movie is about... Fuck, this is just weird. I mean, the premise is weird, but Stephen King has that thing where he can take stuff that seems dumb and make it not dumb somehow.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Oh, absolutely.
Where Stephen King's stories seem like fairy tales.
Right.
Or like campfire tales that people tell. And he has a way of telling them in a way that feels at least semi-realistic.
Okay.
And we talked about that a little bit, I think, in the Christine episode.
Yeah. Yeah, how he knows how to do things, that seem kind of mundane or something like that.
Right.
And he'll twist it and he'll say, this could be, there could be a little creepy factor involved in it.
Well, like, there's a little part, I think it's in the epilogue, where he kind of pokes some fun at the audience maybe a little bit, where he says, now everyone just remember, next time you see a caravan full of RVs, maybe they aren't the campers and travelers that you think they are.
Right.
And it's like, oh shit, now that's gonna stick with you.
Yeah. Now that makes you want to sleep.
Now every time,
it's like an hotel.
Every time you see an RV or like a group of RVs, you're gonna be like,
yeah. But is it really? Probably not.
No, of course not. No, everyone in an RV around the country is not like a roving band of murderers hunting down children with psychic powers.
Yeah. Let's hope not.
Which, by the way, is what this movie is about.
Yeah. Yeah.
So Dan Torrance grows up to be an alcoholic, just like his father.
Yep. And he's a pretty bad one.
It's
pretty bad.
It's pretty bad.
Pretty bad.
And in the movie, unlike in the book, he does not get any closure from Deanie, really.
Right.
Because in the book, she straight up tells him, like, don't worry, like, I used the food stamps and then I sold the Coke, and, like, we did fine. It wasn't an issue that you stole the money from us.
Right. Right.
It
Exactly.
doesn't make him feel much better.
No.
But, like...
And it shouldn't.
No.
It shouldn't.
But at least he gets closure on it.
Sure. Right.
And
right.
in the movie, she just says, they haven't found us yet. Because they're so used to him crying.
Right. Right.
And they also make her out to be more of a caring parent,
right.
too.
Right. She's kind of not. No.
Not in the movie.
No.
In the movie...
No.
I mean, yeah, she's not, like, a great parent. She's obviously a fucking addict.
Yeah.
Like a raging addict.
Oh, yeah.
Like, goes off to the bar without her... Leaves her, like, 3-year-old or 2-year-old at home.
Yeah.
Goes out, buys a bunch of Coke, leaves the Coke out all over the fucking coffee table.
Not good.
Dude, I can't believe they didn't have that scene in the movie. Where the kid, like, reaches his hand out at the table with the cocaine on it and starts going, candy! And he's like, nope!
Yeah, yeah.
And, like, saves the kid from taking the Coke.
Yeah.
Like, maybe that's too rough for our movie. But I feel like that added a lot to the thing in the book.
Right. Yeah, because you don't want, like, pissed off parents or something like that. I know.
Oh,
I know.
God save the children.
Oh, I know.
What we're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know.
Yep. Yep.
Well, I haven't done a very good job of explaining this movie, so Mike, tell us a little bit more about this movie.
Well, it's basically about Danny, who unknowingly has a niece.
Not in the movie.
Not in the movie.
In the book.
In the book.
In the book, he unknowingly has a niece.
Yes.
In the movie, he talks to strange children.
Yeah. Yes, a strange child. And this niece or strange child, she has a...
That's a huge spoiler. Oh yeah, we're spoiling everything.
Yeah, we already talked
said
about that,
right?
Yeah, it's already done.
Spoilers for everything.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
Yeah, it's already done.
Watch this movie.
Yeah.
I recommend this movie to people.
Yeah.
Sure.
Anyways, back to the plot. So it's about a girl who has extreme shine.
Like, more powerful than Danny when he was a kid shine.
Right. And
like,
then...
there's a part where they talk about, like, how giving kids Paxil will, like, mute their shine. Mm-hmm. And she says, no, giving Paxil to this kid would be like putting a saran wrap over a searchlight. Mm-hmm. Like, that's how... At one point she says, he's like, oh, how many canisters could she fill? And she goes, oh, 3 in the book. But, like, in her head she's like, she was extremely lowballing him. The reality is it could be 10 to 13 canisters. And it's like, holy fuck.
That's a beast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, she describes her as a white whale. And that's kind of what the movie is. Yeah. Where, that's kind of Rose the Hat's plot, is she's kind of like the Captain Ahab hunting the white whale and watching everyone that she knows and loves get taken down because she wants her white whale.
Right. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's basically the plot. It's these, Nodders, or what the hell are they?
The True Knot.
The True Knot, and they're vampires, or whatever. Well, what the fuck are they?
They're not vampires. They're not immortal. But they imply that they can live for an incredibly long time.
Right.
This is the thing that she tells Snakebite Andy is live long and eat well. Mm-hmm.
Right.
So as long as they're eating well, they'll live a long time. Like, I think they said the grandpa character, she says, you've witnessed the rise and fall of empires, you watched the gladiators in the Colosseum, and, like...
Pretty badass.
So, yeah, you can... you can
that's
live
super
for a very long
badass.
time. Yeah.
Right.
She gives that's such a cool little monologue that she gives to him, where she's just
when he's dying.
Where she's just like, you crossed oceans to find new worlds. You are not afraid.
Right. It's pretty badass.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah.
I think that's in the book too.
Okay.
And I remember like hearing that in the book and thinking that's so cool. Because Rose the Hat is really cool.
Oh yeah, she's badass. Super badass.
Yeah. And usually when we talk about books and movies, if we've read the book, we like to talk about the book and compare them, as we've been doing. So, man, our intro is weird on this one, but it's fine.
Yeah. I think that's the plot, by the way.
Yeah, that's pretty much the plot.
Yeah.
They're after Abra. We said that.
Yeah.
Abra is a little girl. Danny, like, in the book, they establish that Dan knows that she exists, like, from the time she's born.
Right.
Because, like, when she's, I think he says he first connects to her when she's, like, 3 months old.
Yeah.
Because he just, like, through The Shining, he just starts, like, scribbling it. He'll just be scribbling in his AA notebook or his meeting check-off notebook and stuff, and, like, just doodle and shit, and he just started doodling Abra's name, and he was just like, that's kind of weird.
Yeah. And just randomly.
Yeah.
Little does he know that's his niece.
Yeah, in the book, that's his niece. Turns out Jack Torrance was having an affair with a student.
Yep.
Who dies.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And so Dan gets to meet his half-sister.
Yeah.
And his niece.
Yeah. Which is kind of badass. Kind of cool.
It's a cool story.
It is. Yeah.
So, basically, like, Dan shows up to this place called Fraser or something. Mm-hmm. It's a little town in New Hampshire. And he is an alcoholic, and there's a great scene in the book where, like, he wants a job at Teeny Town. He meets an old man named Billy, or a young man named Billy, if you watch the movie.
Right.
Because he's like 70 in the book, and I swear to God, he must have been like 39 or 40 in the movie.
Yeah, it's probably mid-40s, I would say.
At most.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Like mid-40s at most, maybe late 30s. Like.
Right.
But he meets this guy, and the guy says, like, I've got a good feeling about you. Mm-hmm. And that guy's got a little bit of The Shining and doesn't really know it.
Yep.
And he's like, but if you're going to work here, you can't drink. And Dan's, like, going around and running away from his problems. And I think it's Casey K in the book, but it's Billy in the movie that gives one of my favorite lines, which is, it's something like, you know what the worst part about running away from yourself is? You bring yourself with you.
Mm-hmm. Very true. Yeah, you can't escape you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he meets up with Casey K, who's the boss, and he's got this great scene in the book where he's like sitting on, like, they get there, and because Dan's trying to quit drinking after the whole Deanie thing with the kid and the cocaine.
Right.
A real fucked up situation.
Yeah.
Where he's like, I gotta leave now because I beat the shit out of someone at the bar and I'm probably going to jail. So, so he was like, oh man, at one point in the book he's like, maybe I should call child services, and then he's like, yeah, and then you can end up in jail for fucking assault and battery. Right. So he's like, fuck it, and left.
Not good.
Yeah.
Not good either way you look at it.
It's a bad situation overall.
Yeah, terrible.
So, the way it kind of goes is, the scene I really like in the book is the one where he, like, gets a bottle of whiskey or something, and he's, like, unscrewing the cap and screwing the cap back on, like, because he's trying to quit drinking, and he's just sitting there with it. And Billy's like, I think it's Billy's, like, it's either Billy or Casey who comes by and sees him, and they're like, alright, or Casey sees him at some point and is like, all right, you got to come up to my office, or they call Casey, something like that.
Okay.
But Casey shows up and he's just doing that, like, outside of his office. And Casey is just like, I knew you had the look to you. And he's an fucking AA guy.
Yeah, you know you fellow brother in. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So he's just like, yeah, you know, come up with me. And KCK ends up being a sponsor and all that good shit.
Yep.
And so it kind of picks up. We get to see Dr. John, who's also an AA guy, and Abra's fucking...
Pediatrician?
Yeah, pediatrician. I was going to say child doctor, but that sounds weird. That's not right.
Right.
That's not the right term.
Yeah.
But it's Abra's pediatrician, and Abra is doing cool shit like levitating spoons and playing Beatles music above pianos and shit like that. It's all fucking great. Both of those are kind of shown in the movie.
Right.
They don't show how the piano works in the movie. Just because it would probably be difficult to put on the screen.
Right.
But basically the way it works is she was actually conjuring the music out of thin air instead of playing the piano. So, like, they went down and they're like, the piano's not actually playing. Like, they looked at the keys and it's not moving, and then they realized that the music is coming from, like, right above the piano.
That's pretty cool. That's pretty badass.
And then later on, at one point, they realize that she, like, wakes up and they hear the music coming, and it's coming from her room, but it's, like, really quiet because they were like, please don't play the music late at night because it wakes people up.
Okay.
And, like, the music's right above her crib, but, like, really quiet. Like, she's trying not to wake people up.
Okay. Oh, that's cute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, at one point, there's a part where she predicts 9/11's gonna happen. Then, like, I'm not even gonna get into that. She's a baby and she predicts 9/11. That's literally what happens.
Right.
And all of that goes by, and then I think we start with Dan having 10 years clean in the book and 8 years clean in the movie. Yeah. I guess we ended up doing plot to plot a little bit on that, but whatever.
Yeah.
I really love this book, and I like this movie.
Yeah, because you said that's one of your favorites.
What?
In terms of the book.
Yeah. This one is... it's either first or second. It's... Like, I love Pet Sematary a lot. It's got a lot of good stuff in it. Pet Sematary is one of those books that you can only read or listen to, like, every now and then. Otherwise, you're just going to get really depressed.
Right.
This is a really, like, nice, uplifting book about people overcoming problems and, like, people finding family. And, like, you could just listen to this on repeat over and over if you want, and you'd be like, oh, this is nice.
Yeah, that's a wholehearted...
It's...
Wholehearted read.
Yeah, the movie's not.
No.
But it's got great Mike Flanagan shit.
It does.
I'm so conflicted about the movie. So, let's talk a little bit more about the movie than the book, because I've been droning on about the book, because I love the book. But we're gonna try and keep on track with the movie.
Okay.
So, he goes into AA in the
Okay,
book.
so we're gonna continue the plot to plot?
A little bit.
Okay.
I'm gonna try and not go so detailed.
Okay. Alright. Alright.
So it starts with him having 8 years clean, or sober, or whatever they're saying in the movie. And then he like meets Abra then, right?
Yeah.
Or
she goes to see him.
Yeah, she ends up going to see him because there's like a little montage of him working at the hospice center and Teeny Town and running the train.
Yeah,
and
little odd
like
jobs
all some happy shit.
Right. Little odd job.
And like he's got a chalkboard in his like one room apartment.
Yeah.
So he wakes up and there are little like messages from Abra on the chalkboard because she picks up on him because he's relatively close by and he is really strong shining.
Yep.
So
he's a beast.
So she picks up on him and she's like, "Hi," like you.
Yeah.
And all the stuff happens.
Sure.
So let's get into the part where this movie starts to suck terribly.
Okay. All right. Big into that.
Because I'm not 100% on like the exact order of the plot in that movie. But there's a lot of stuff. There's good stuff.
Yeah.
There's a scene where like murder pops up on the blackboard. That's after the baseball. Ball
That's what we should talk about.
Oh yeah, we should
definitely talk about the baseball boy.
Yeah, that's
a hard watch.
Huh.
For me, that's a hard watch.
It wasn't that bad, but
I know, but it not only that, but it's the context of it.
Yeah.
I mean, you're killing an innocent child.
They're torturing an innocent child to death to eat him.
Yes, because they said the beer is better.
Essentially, eat his soul.
Yes, that is horrible.
Then they have to.
That is so bad.
They have to torture and scare the kids because pain and fear purify the steam.
Yes.
And this, I'm assuming this has something to do with Dark Tower bullshit. In some way. Like the pain and fear purifying it. That screams like it bullshit to me.
Right, right.
Crimson King stupid bullshit. So, Deadlights.
We'll never find out.
We'll never find out.
We'll never find out.
It is
literally, you'll never find out. As an avid fan of the Dark Tower with the Crimson King, you'll never find that out.
Did you read Insomnia?
I did not.
Apparently, that's his first appearance.
I don't know. You'll see. Yeah. Can't give it away. You can't as much as I want to.
I don't want you to because I'm trying.
Yes, you gotta get
still trying.
Yes, but with the baseball boy, it's tough, man, because he's such an innocent kid.
Yeah, well, we don't really get to know him as much.
I know, but he doesn't deserve to die torturously.
It probably made it harder for you because the whole time I was like, "Oh yeah, he looks through his left hand. That way he can read the pitches of the pitcher, and that's how he uses his shining." And you're just like, now we have to watch this kid get tortured. And think about that.
Yeah, now I have to think about this kid, hit the ball, and it's like, oh, now he's dead.
Oh, and later on they dig up his corpse and shit.
That was tough. That was definitely tough.
That's not as tough. I kept laughing, and I don't know if it's supposed to be funny.
I don't think so.
I don't think it's supposed to be funny.
Not in the remote sense.
Just Ewan McGregor and like guy who plays Billy.
Yeah.
Just like screaming and like throwing up
Billy
constantly.
Throwing up and, right. Billy takes it harder than Dan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, Dan takes it pretty hard.
Yeah.
But, like, everyone's, like, screaming and throwing up and, like, oh, God!
Right.
I can't believe that just happened.
Yeah. That's not good.
That's a part where Billy in the movie has one of my favorite lines. Because in the book, we should, I want to point this out, because there's, the character Dr. John is almost not in the movie. Casey K does not exist in the movie.
Right. Every time you say Casey K, I want to think about Casey Kasem.
That's his name.
Shaggy.
No, but like Casey K doesn't exist in the movie. So they pretty much delegate everything that Casey K in the movie does to Billy.
Right.
Dr. John exists in the movie for them to tell the story about Danny finding his lost watch, and that's literally
there's no other context to that at all.
Yeah, in the book,
at all.
Like in the movie, Billy and Danny are going to find the baseball boy's body in Iowa.
In Iowa,
from New Hampshire. New Hampshire.
Yeah.
In the book, Dr. John, who is Abra's pediatrician, not established in the fucking movie.
Obviously not.
Because, I mean, it's a movie, and it's already 3 hours long, or whatever, but you could have, you cast this character, you could have given him shit to do.
Right.
Like,
and you did nothing.
That's my problem.
Nothing.
That's a lot of my issues with this movie, is, they're like, hang on, you cast Dr. John, you showed
who's not a bad actor, who's a very good actor.
A good actor.
I can't believe you casted that guy for basically like 2 parts of the
and he didn't even get more to do in the director's cut. We did watch the director's cut, and the last time we watched this movie was the theatrical cut in theaters. This came out in what?
2018.
2018?
Yep.
Like, fuck, dude. That was 3 years ago. I haven't seen the theatrical version in 3 years.
Right.
Dr. John might not be in the fucking
Even
theatrical version, but I
may not
remember that watch scene in the part because I was like, oh man, they have the watch scene. Dr. John is so cool in the book. I can't wait to see Dr. John do cool shit.
Dr. John.
Well, more like Dr. John is just like this weird fly on the wall who has no special powers, who's just getting dragged along through this whole thing.
Pretty much.
And Billy actually has the Shining a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
So in the book he drags Dr. John along with him because he's like, remember, I found that watch for you, and I need a favor from you right now.
Right.
And you should come to Iowa with me.
Yeah.
Because we're going to look for a dead kid.
Yeah.
And dig up his body and find a baseball glove and bring it to a stranger child.
And if that isn't addict behavior, I don't know what is. God forbid I do something nice for you. And now you have to repay it back for digging up a child who was in a shallow grave.
But Billy has one of my favorite lines in the movie, which is the one that's like, here he's like, are you doing okay? And he's just like, well, either my friend is crazy, like imaginary monsters killing imaginary children crazy, which I can deal with that. Or you're not crazy, and it's all true.
Which is not any better.
And he's like, and I don't think that's better.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I love the implication where it's just like, yeah, if you're crazy, I can deal with that. If you're correct on this, fuck. Like,
yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's not good either way.
I cannot deal with fucking monsters killing kids.
Yeah.
I am 70 yeyears old.
Right. How the hell do you think you're supposed to react? I mean, come on.
I am a 70-year-old, 35-year-old man.
Yeah. A 40-year-old guy who's 70. Don't know.
They do weird age stuff with characters from the book and the movie, because they make they say that Snakebite Andy is 15 in the movie, and in the book she's 32.
Right.
So that's double her age.
Yeah, literally that's double her age.
Like, they halved her age.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't know why. Whatever. I don't know.
Maybe because they wanted to cast that one actress who I recognize and don't remember the name of. That's a lot of people.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to all the actors and actresses I have not given credit to for movies.
It's okay.
But that's...
We know you're there.
We know you.
Yeah, that's all.
We see
all
you,
that counts.
and we love you.
Yes. Yeah. If you're a good person.
Yeah, if you're
a shitty person,
if you suck, fuck you, Mel Gibson. Like, I fucking hate you.
Yes. Yeah.
I don't know what you can do to make that up to me, Mel Gibson, but like, goddamn, dude.
Yeah.
That was fucked up.
Yeah, you're a pretty shitty person.
Yeah.
Anyways, let's go to the big...
Oh, fuck this. Fuck everything about that. First off, god damn it.
Yeah.
So there's...
Let's hammer on the movie.
Hammer on the movie.
And then we'll
because we're
briefly
talk back and forth.
And then we'll briefly talk about how it's different than the book.
So this movie, the turning point in this movie, everything in this movie, I can accept them nerfing characters,
changing it up.
Sure. It's a movie.
Right.
This book
it's not going to follow the book 100%.
What the fuck? This is a huge book. This book is bigger than The Shining, for God's sake. This book doesn't have... Okay. Oh, well... I guess this book is like 528 pages.
That's normal for King.
Yeah, that's about normal. Alright, I thought it was longer than The Shining, but fuck me, right? Actually, I think the audiobook is like 2 or 3 hours longer, so I think it's a little longer. But
either way, it's they're long.
Yeah, it's books are hard to translate. So I can accept you removing a couple of characters, consolidating a few characters in the same thing.
Right, you're not going to follow it word to word.
Exactly.
You're going to have to change it up, so you don't have to read the book. But that's going to happen every time.
Yeah, and
every time.
I'm fine. I can enjoy those characters in the book.
Right.
Because I got an audiobook. I can listen to that shit.
Sure.
So.
Right.
Here's the problem.
Now back to the movie.
Yes, that's what I'm talking about.
Yes.
The shootout scene. Fuck this scene. Actually, no, the scene is cool. Until it's fucking not.
Until it's not.
Because in the book, these, it's a shit ton of people in the movie. But basically, there's that scene where Abra's dad like freaks out on Dan because he's like, you're a pedophile and shit. Then there's the like all the explanation and everything. They get the baseball
boy.
The baseball boy's glove.
Yeah.
I kept thinking cap.
No, it's his glove.
Yeah, it's his glove.
Yeah.
No, I kept thinking cap, like to grab things, but that's not a cap. So, fuck, man. Billy fucking dies, and it's in a shitty fucking way.
He shoots himself.
Yeah.
He fucking
because
shoots
Snakebite
himself.
Andy is a pusher.
Yeah.
So she can push people to do shit. So, like, originally she got her nickname Snakebite Andy because she was, like, take out guys who thought she was younger than she was, and she would take them out, and then she would put them to sleep.
Sure.
And then she would carve snake bites on their cheek.
Yep.
And then I think she tells him that every time you look in the mirror, you'll see those snake bites, and then you'll say out loud, "I like little girls."
All right, back to the shootout.
That isn't the movie, but
it's actually cool. It's cool.
I need to explain like her power,
right?
Because she can put people to sleep by saying sleep and things like that.
It's kind of cool. It's kind of cool.
It's a cool power, and it's kind of cool in the book. It's used a lot more in the movie.
Sure.
Because in the book, she just kind of fucking dies.
Yeah.
Because it turns out that these things like yeah, they're pretty much immortal, but like you can shoot them and they die. You don't really have to do much.
They're like people.
Yeah.
They're basically people.
They're basically people, except they have
they have abilities.
A tusk.
Yeah.
Not in the movie, but like in the book, they have like a big single tusk in their mouth. But back to that.
Yeah.
So Snakebite Andy, she's dying on the ground after being shot 3 times, and she's telling.
She's not dead, by the way, dude.
Huh?
She shot 3 times.
She got shot in the chest and the neck.
I mean, how is she not dead?
And she's cycling, and then she says, "Kill yourself," and then he shoots himself.
Oh, it's so fucking cheap, dude.
Which is
he's such a good character, and then he's dead.
Which doesn't seem to be in her power set in the book.
No.
Yeah, and he's the problem with it is, he is all of our characters, all of our like Dan's friends characters.
Yes. And that's gone.
All rolled into one, and now all of Dan's friends are dead. Because he is actually 3 characters rolled into one.
Yes.
He's Billy, Casey K, and Dr. John, all rolled into one.
Right.
And now it's fucked, I guess.
Right.
And then, like in the book, Crow Daddy goes off to find Abra because he realizes that she's not where they said she was going to be because they lay a trap and they start shooting all of them. Hence shootout. Yeah. And then Crow Daddy, it turns out, like, goes off and kills Abra's dad and kidnaps Abra, which is pretty close to what happened in the book, except Abra's dad doesn't die. And that's pretty much the main difference in this movie, is, like, they decide to just kill off a bunch of the characters that don't die in the book.
Yeah.
Which is dumb.
That's kind of shitty.
Sucks.
Kind of shitty.
Yeah. Including, spoiler, Dan. Like, Dan dies in the movie.
He does. Which really fucking pissed me off.
Yeah, because it completely undermines the theme and meaning behind the book. Mm-hmm. So you've taken the theme and the meaning of the story, and you've decided, fuck it.
Mm-hmm.
Whoops.
Yep.
Because that's part of the thing. If you can get the theme and the meaning of the book out in the book movie, I'll accept it.
Sure.
I'll generally be like, all right, whatever. You got it. You got at least the base. Mm-hmm. The core is correct.
Right.
Maybe the movie wasn't enjoyable, but like you got the core of the book correct, and you know, whatever. You did it. Congratulations.
Yeah.
This does not. This fucked it up pretty bad.
Yeah.
And the point where Billy kills himself or gets killed is that one moment that broke every single one of the people I know who watched it. Mm-hmm. Like every single one of us, like that moment, it was just like, boom, this movie sucks, we're done.
And it was downhill from there.
Yeah, and it just like keeps getting worse because then it's like, oh, and Abra's dad is dead, and we're like, but like Abra's dad doesn't die in the book. In fact, Abra's dad is one of the people at the shootout in the book. Like he's off shooting the fucking vampires with him.
Right. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And then it basically becomes an homage to The Shining.
Yeah, and then
which always pisses me off.
And then the movie turns
because it's not.
And then the movie turns into the ending of The Shining.
Yes.
And I don't care as much about
Stanley Kubrick's The Shining.
Yeah, Stanley Kubrick's. Well, no, the movie turns into Stephen King's The Shining because
without the blowing up of the Stanley, though.
No, the Stanley blows up at the end, doesn't it?
Yes, but in terms of when Danny first gets there, because the boiler is still there.
No, I mean the second half of the movie is the ending of The Shining.
Oh, right,
book.
right.
That's it.
Right.
Like they just took the ending of The Shining and they were like, oh well, Stanley Kubrick didn't do it, so fuck it, we'll do it.
Right.
Which
is I'm not watching that for that.
Yeah, I wanted to see a Dr. Sleep movie.
Yes,
man.
I'm not watching that.
You know,
watch Stanley Kubrick's and Stephen King's
The Shining. That's why I have my theory where I'm like, okay, so Mike Flanagan went to someone and he's like, hey, I'm pretty famous and I do a lot of good work. I want to make an adaptation of The Shining since all this Stephen King stuff is happening. And someone was like, no, you're not allowed to do The Shining because Stanley Kubrick. And he's like, well, I guess I can do Dr. Sleep. It's a sequel to The Shining and I can do it as a sequel to the Stanley Kubrick movie. And they were like, fine, but everyone's going to hate it. He's like, fuck it, I don't care. Like,
payday. The big payday.
Like, I just think Mike Flanagan wanted to make The Shining because he probably...
But that's not what people are there to watch.
What do you... Yeah, when you market it as Dr. Sleep, no one wants to see that.
No, I don't want to see that.
Now, here is the part that I do like about this movie. I actually like a lot of the Overlook Hotel bullshit in this movie. It's cool.
I can't stand it. I don't like it. I'm not there to watch that. I already watched it in the miniseries for 5.5 hours. I already watched that, which you should watch too.
Yeah. The miniseries or our video?
Our video, of course.
And the miniseries. Yeah. Go ahead and watch that.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's like it's a tough find.
It's not. Really.
I mean to watch it. Obviously, people are going to stream.
Oh, yeah. Don't stream shit. Fuck you. Fuck you if you want to stream everything. No, you can find it at fucking Walmart for $5 like I did. Like, come on.
Yeah.
It comes... That triple terror feature that I have that has, like, The Shining, Salem's Lot, and It, that comes out every Halloween.
Alright,
like, cool. I've seen it there every Halloween.
Well, pick it up then.
Or at least some kind of Stephen King box set that has the Stephen King's The Shining in it, because it's cheap to market.
Okay.
That and that fucking Salem's Lot from 2004.
Right.
You can buy that shit for pennies.
Yeah. You should not spend a dime.
You can license that shit for a penny.
Yeah.
Nobody wants that shit.
No.
Fuck TNT. Yeah. They did not know what they were doing.
Anyways, back to this.
There's some fun stuff with the Overlook Hotel stuff. There's a scene that I liked where it was Dan, like, having it out with his dad at the bar. And I liked that one.
Sure.
I liked the scenes where he, like, Jack is trying to convince Dan to do shit.
But we already had that in the miniseries.
Nobody watched the miniseries.
We already had that in the Stephen King's The Shining book. I'm not here to watch that.
We didn't have that, though. We didn't have Dan and Jack having it out. That's different. A little bit.
He didn't care about his son.
He did. In the book.
Yeah.
He didn't in the Stanley Kubrick movie. That's why I liked Jack's character in the Stanley Kubrick movie. Or, like, Jack's character in this one, because it's Stanley Kubrick's Jack, where he's just like, nah, you just gotta beat the shit out of children.
Right.
It's like, go kill them.
Yeah.
And it's just like, yeah, this is Jack from the Stanley Kubrick movie, where he's just a fucking maniac.
Here we go. Yeah.
He just has no redeemable qualities, and he's an asshole. Alright, cool.
Yeah.
I liked Horace Derwent's ghost. That's in Dr. Sleep. I like when he releases the ghosts.
Yeah, that's cool.
There's a scene kind of like that in the book. So, you know.
It's alright.
I mean, they don't, like, shove their face inside of, or their hands inside of Rose the Hat's face in the book, but... I don't remember 100% how Rose the Hat dies in the book, or what exactly leads up to them throwing her off of the edge of the fucking cliff. But she dies from being thrown off a cliff.
Yeah, which is cool.
Yeah, it's fun. It's a classic bad guy ending.
Yeah.
In this one, a bunch of ghosts come out of Dan's mind after. There's a really cool homage to The Shining that I actually like. Yeah. That you thought was cool.
It was alright.
Where it's
just, once again, I'm not here to watch that.
It's just an homage.
I don't want to watch that. I want to watch Dr. Sleep.
Yeah, but this part is not. It's none of that stuff. It's when Dan and her finally face off.
I know.
And they're going up the stairs,
right.
And it's like an exact like It's the choreography that like Wendy and Jack have in The Shining, and I thought that was really cool. Like, if you're gonna have that, do something like that.
Sure.
Fine.
Right.
We don't need a ton of the bullshit. Like, I don't think we necessarily need to see Rose the Hat being like, oh, look, blood. Like, fuck it. Like,
hairs.
I mean, most of the bad shit in this movie most of this movie suffers from being a sequel to Stanley Kubrick's The Shining, and not having Mike Flanagan make his own Shining movie, which is what should have happened.
Right.
They should have had a Mike Flanagan's The Shining.
I don't want to see that, though. Once again, this is my 4th time saying it, I want to see Dr. Sleep.
That's fine, but I want to see both. I want to see Mike Flanagan make...
But we can't have that, though, because we already got into this one movie.
I know.
It's already done.
I know, but what I'm saying is...
I know what you're saying, but it's already done.
Yeah, now we're never going to get a good Shining movie, and we're never going to get a good Dr. Sleep movie.
That's my point.
And that's the problem.
That's my point.
My issue with this is that we're never going to get a good movie of either of these now.
Never.
And
it'll never be touched again.
Yeah. No one will ever...
Because it will never match the box office success that this had.
Did it?
Oh, it was huge.
I thought it was really bad.
Oh, I thought it was... I
think they're making a prequel called Halloran.
Oh, well, that'd be cool.
That would be cool, because then they could show, like, the black spot on fire.
That'd be cool.
Although they're not going to show that, probably, because it would probably be in the same universe as the It movie. Although, they keep talking about doing a Stephen King cinematic universe, and nobody can seem to pull it together properly. None of it makes fucking sense. So... Go on.
See, that is my point why I like that first half of this movie, but once Billy dies... You know you're never going to get another Shining, and you're never going to get a full adaptation of that book.
You're never going to get a proper adaptation, and you'll never get a
mini-series of Dr. Sleep, and you'll never get another mini-series.
We're never going to get a correction for this movie.
No, that's the point. We already had one Stanley Kubrick movie.
And people hated this movie. Like, I should point that out. People don't like this movie at all.
Because of that.
Every review I've heard is like, this movie is just a cash grab because...
it beers, dude! It's like Christine when it beers off!
The arguments that they make is that, this movie sucks because it has the Overlook Hotel at the end, because all it is just jerking off Stanley Kubrick's The Shining. And I'm
that's what we're talking about.
What did you expect if we were going to make a sequel to Stanley Kubrick's The Shining? Did you expect them not to go and jerk off Stanley Kubrick? Is that what you wanted? I'm sorry.
I don't want it to be that, dude.
Yeah, I want an actual movie too, but guess what? We can't have that.
It's gone now.
Nobody can have nice things.
It's gone now. It's been 3 years and it hasn't even remotely been discussed.
Except for the Halloran.
Except for Halloran, but that's...
series.
That's not another Dr. Sleep. It's never going to be touched.
Man, we could see Dick Halloran and Derry hanging out with Mike Hanlon's parents.
That'd be cool, but... we'll talk about that next.
Maybe.
Yeah. I'm so disgusted. Because you had such a good story. And you have your main character since 1980.
You fucking have Ewan McGregor.
Right. One of the most beloved characters in Dan Torrance.
You have Ewan McGregor, and that's the thing that pisses me off the most, is that we have such a great cast. This is a perfect casting.
Right.
And they wasted them.
Wasted?
What? Fucking wasted.
For what?
For this
for Danny to chase after
sequel to a shitty movie.
For Danny to chase after his friend because he's dead?
Also,
it's
Dick
like- it's
Halloran
like
is dead at the beginning of this movie, so fuck this movie.
And it's just like Jack chasing after Danny?
Yeah.
What is this? Where is this coming from, and why was this approved? You know why it was approved? Because it was money.
I don't think Mike Flanagan wanted this to be a cash grab.
I don't know.
I don't think he did.
It really hurt because I really like Mike Flanagan. And it really it put a sour taste in my mouth.
To me, what it felt like was some producers were like, well, if it's going to be that, then the Overlook Hotel has to be a set
Well, I want an
piece at the
explanation
end.
for it. How about that? How about some actual critic talk to Mike Flanagan about that, saying, well, what changed here?
What do you mean, what changed?
In terms of you doing a Dr. Sleep. And then it just takes that hard 180 like Christine into the gas station, dude. Just, Billy, thanks, fucker. There you go.
No, like, if I got to interview Mike Flanagan, the first thing I would say is, hey, did you actually want to make a movie of The Shining instead? And did they tell you weren't allowed to do that? Because
and
that's what this movie feels like.
Have I heard one thing about that? None. None. And then you have Dead Meat James going to Colorado to watch it. He didn't ask him that, and it's like, come on, man. We're constructive interviews anymore.
That's because Dead Meat James just sucks the dick of any famous person.
It just sucks.
And, like, I can't judge him too hard for that because I feel like we might have done that too.
But you know what? It's like...
Although that's like a legitimate thing I would have wanted to know. Like, it's the first thing I asked after we saw this movie, remember? Was, I wonder if Mike Flanagan wanted to make an adaptation of The Shining, and they told him that he couldn't. So he settled for Dr. Sleep.
I don't know.
Because they've been talking about a Dr. Sleep movie for years now.
Yeah.
Years.
Yeah.
Like, I've been hearing about that shit since, like, 3 years after the book came out.
Of course. Of course, because it's going to be big.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think they finally were just like,
all right, Donna, no.
Donna, don't do that.
Yeah. Yeah, but that goes back. That goes back. I'll veer 180 for this. It goes back with a lot of Stephen King books.
Yeah.
You just see like Dark Tower. You get a piece of shit movie like that.
I didn't see it. I can't say anything about it.
It is not good. I saw that on opening weekend. I wish I would have never, because you'll never touch Dark Tower.
You've got the Dark Tower tattoo.
I do. That is one of my favorite series of all time.
But no, I'm okay with this movie existing. I'm just frustrated that we'll never get the proper movie. We'll never get this cast again.
Right.
So it feels like a waste.
Yeah. Yeah, but it's. But I would give it a watch. I'd give it a watch.
I recommend giving it a watch because at least the first half is really good.
Yeah.
Donna, what are you doing?
Yeah. Give it a watch. Give it a good read.
Yeah, definitely read the book.
Yeah, give it a read.
Although you should read The Shining first.
You should.
Because The Shining is really about a man falling apart from his addiction.
Yes.
And then this one is about a man overcoming his addiction after having gone through like that long battle and everything.
Right.
It's really
his
cool.
whole life.
And
his
then,
whole life dealing with PTSD with his father dying. With his mom basically being a shell of a person.
Yeah.
And his main guy, Dick Halloran, he died too.
In this one. But in the book he's still alive because he doesn't die in The Shining.
Right.
In the actual Shining.
Obviously.
Fucking Stanley Kubrick shitty ass movie.
Right. I liked it, but it
makes for a shitty sequel.
I don't want to see it again.
What, The Shining?
No, I don't want to see another adaptation of The Shining. We already have 2. Now we got 2.5. Am I wrong? No.
Like the second half
and then,
of this
I'll just get on that soapbox again. We'll never touch this again.
Yeah. We'll never.
No studio is going to touch this.
We will most likely not get another Dr. Sleep book or movie.
No.
People will be too busy.
No, because they'll associate it with that, and that'll be that. They'll say, "Oh, do not touch this with the 10-foot."
Yeah, they'll be, "Do not touch this," because people hated it last time.
Oh, you're gonna get people pissed off.
Like if
if
I became a famous director, I'd go for this.
Right.
Actually, no, I'd go for The Shining and then I'd go for this. Like I'd do both.
Sure.
Because I would be like, nope, I want to do The Shining my way.
Right.
And then I want to make a sequel.
I don't want to see another Shining, though.
I do.
Oh.
I like it. It's a good story, and it hasn't been
We've already had it
properly.
enough. Let's get a Dark Tower. How about that? We get a gunslinger.
Nobody wants to see the gunslinger anymore.
Yeah.
We're done with that. Fuck Matthew McConaughey and fuck Denzel Washington or Idris Elba. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I've been thinking about...
I'm sorry, but Amazon already passed on it. Yeah, already passed on it. It was supposed to be Bronn Bronn from Game of Thrones.
Oh, that would have been cool.
Jamie, Jamie's...
Shit.
Yeah. Yeah, he was supposed to be...
he was supposed to be
rolling the Shane.
That might have been cool.
Oh, you definitely you better believe it would have. He's a bad dude.
Because that's the thing I have about The Gunslinger is I feel like The Gunslinger is not a very interesting book to read. The Gunslinger would make a really cool Western movie.
Oh, you better believe it.
Like something like Bone Tomahawk style Western movie. Because there's that scene where he just like guns down a whole town of people. It's cool.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not cool to shoot entire towns of people, but like, it's a cool scene in the book.
And also, too, let's go back to the movie and the differing from the book.
Okay.
Like you were talking about, it's a happy story.
It is.
It's about a man who's working his ass off to achieve what he is getting in the end.
He finds new family.
Yes.
He finds
He
finds his niece and his sister. He finds family connections.
Right.
He has his friends.
Right. That he hasn't had.
His friends come through and they help him through everything.
Right. And they don't have Billy, who's 3-in-1, who's dead.
Yeah.
And it's not happy. It's really not a happy ending because Dan's dead.
Yeah, Dan dies at the end of this one.
He's dead.
And the whole thing is like when they're just like, oh, but like people don't actually like go away. They just like
they hover or go to heaven or what?
There's something after. And in the book, he outright says like, I don't know what it is that's after, but I know there's something after because I see it. So.
And that's the thing. He's Dr. Sleep.
Oh yeah, we never talked about that part.
He's Dr. Sleep.
He comforts people on their deathbed by
he's
showing
basically
them,
a hospice nurse.
By showing them images like from like their happiest moments in their life, and he comforts them. Donna, get the fuck away from that. Donna, stop it.
Hey, come here.
Do not eat threads.
All right. Yeah. So it's he comforts people when they're dying.
Yeah.
And that's why he's called Dr. Sleep.
Can we talk about how adorable the cat is in this movie? It's one of the most adorable movie cats I've seen.
Yeah.
Like I love how Azzy is just like the cat's name. They don't say it in the Donna. That is gonna fall on you. Fucking A.
Gotta love pets, hey?
I'll put you in cat jail.
Yeah. I think she deserves it right now. Yep. Azzy is a really cool cat, though. Pretty badass.
I'm trying to, but she keeps knowing where they are.
It's pretty badass.
I don't know what to do with them.
Alright, here he comes. Alright.
Sorry.
It's alright.
What a fun episode.
Yeah! A lot of tangents.
What were we talking about?
We were talking about the cat.
Azazel.
Yeah.
Azazel is the angel of death in Christian lore.
Yes.
Or mythology, or whatever you want to say.
Mm-hmm.
And the cat's name is Azazel, but they call it Azzy.
Yeah.
They don't say that in the movie,
no.
but that's a fun...
No, of course it doesn't.
That's a fun thing from the... They don't have to.
Yeah.
Because it's just like a fun Easter egg type thing.
Yeah.
But the cat is one of those cats that they sometimes have in like hospices that just like know when people are going to die.
Oh yeah. Yeah. It's cool stuff.
Yeah, where the cat just like goes to the door of like any of the people who would know, like whoever is going to die, the cat always like goes into their room and lays on their bed.
Right.
In the movie and in the book.
Mm-hmm.
But it's fun because like this adorable cat is like supposed to be like this angel of death,
okay.
and they keep cutting to the cat like it's like a scary thing, but it's just this cute cat with these big blue eyes, just like looking at the camera and just like doing like cat things.
Yeah, it's just wandering.
just laying on the bed, just do.
Yeah. Knowing it's coming.
Yeah. And then Dr. Sleep gets called and he goes and hangs out with them for a while.
Yeah, and that's what Danny does.
Yeah.
That's what he ends up doing.
Yep.
He has a purpose.
Yeah, and
that's the point of the book.
That's the point of the book. Like,
that is the point of Stephen King himself.
Yeah.
He is a recovering addict.
Yeah.
He has family.
Yes.
He lost touch with his family because he was using. Mm-hmm. And he was never close to Tabitha or Owen or Joe.
Yeah.
I mean, because he had a purpose again. Yeah. That's the story of Dr. Sleep.
Yes.
A kid who was traumatized. Yeah. Oh my God! You just imagine being like 5 years old and seeing all that blood and all that death.
Your dad fucking blows up.
And your fucking dad is dead. And, anyways. Yeah. And that's it. Give it a watch and give it a read.
100% read.
Yeah.
80% watch.
Yeah. If you want to quit after Billy dies, go ahead.
This is a good fucking book.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
Watch the second half just at least once, just so you can feel the rage.
Yeah, feel it with us. You'll understand.
I don't hate the movie. I'm just disappointed.
Right.
And the thing I hate more about it is that like loss of. It's just
happiness, life.
Yeah, and they play it off at the end like it's a happy ending, but it's...
No, it's not.
It's literally that same ending that you get at the end of The Shining.
Right.
Where at the end of The Shining...
It's
like Jack becomes himself again at the end of The Shining and, like, saves his family. Mm-hmm. Like, that's
right.
how that worked.
Right. But he sacrifices himself.
Yes.
He dies.
Through self-sacrifice.
Right.
Where it's literally the only thing, like... that he could do at the end of that book.
Right.
And they play that as if that's Danny, but it's not.
It's not. He's a different person.
He is a recovering person who works his ass off for recovery. Right. And the idea behind...
battles every day.
The idea behind The Shining is that Jack does not do that.
No, he doesn't care about his recovery. He's a pushover. He doesn't care.
Yeah.
Like we've seen in the miniseries and in the book, he lies.
Yeah.
He still has those addictive tendencies. Mm-hmm. He's a dry drunk.
Right. Yeah, he's a dry drunk.
Yes.
That's exactly what it is.
Right. He may not be drinking, but he's a drunk.
Like, I think in the preface to the Dr. Sleep book, Stephen King literally describes Jack as a dry drunk.
Yeah, he is.
And
that's what he is.
It's literally what he is. Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Where it's like...
he's not practicing.
He's not drinking, but like...
oh, he's still got some
not really doing much else.
No. No, but really, give it a watch.
Yeah.
I believe it's either on... if it's on streaming, I believe it's on HBO Max still.
Oh, it might be.
It's been on there for...
I thought I saw it on Prime at some point, but I'm not sure if it still is.
I don't know. I know it's always been on HBO.
Well, then, yeah.
Give it a watch.
HBO. That's fine.
Give it a watch. But,
well, I did want to talk about one more part of this.
What now?
I can't fucking
We were wrapping up.
Yeah, I know. I can't fucking remember what it was. The shit was I talking about?
And we've had TDs with the cat.
Yes, I know. I love you. We all love you.
Yeah, we get it. Got it.
You gotta stop eating things that'll kill you.
Yeah, that's not good.
It's like having a fucking 3-year-old.
Yeah. Don't need that when we're filming. To our expansive audience, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like we're growing on Twitch and stuff.
Yep.
So go check that out.
Yep.
It's fun stuff.
Go check out our Twitch. John streams.
Yeah, I do some streaming.
I sometimes participate, but my internet shit and Upper Peninsula, and it'll lag and it'll buffer, and then I'll get pissed off, and I won't even say bye, and I'll just leave stream. I'm done. Can't handle this anymore, dude.
At some point, we'll all stream GTA some more.
I would love that.
And we'll probably stream some what the fuck is that one you?
Vermintide?
Yeah, Vermintide.
Yeah, we only did that once.
Oh, and dude, we got to stream Back for Blood.
Yeah, I gotta get that game.
Oh, you didn't get it? Oh, you gotta get it.
Every game that you tell me to get, we never play. So.
Well, I was trying to get you guys to get Scott Pilgrim so we could stream Scott Pilgrim,
but
nobody fucking wants to.
I don't know. I have to see how it is.
It's fun. It's that Ninja Turtles game that we played together on the Super Nintendo, back in the day. It's just Scott Pilgrim.
Okay. All right.
And your characters level up, and it saves the levels, so you get more techniques as you level up.
All right.
It's a fun game.
I'll probably get it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but check us out on Discord too.
Oh yeah, I can show it to you tonight if we want. We can play together locally.
Yeah.
Shit.
Probably
I never
tomorrow.
thought about that.
Probably tomorrow. It'll be too late.
It's like 20 minutes to play. We'll both die pretty fast.
Yeah.
It's a hard game.
All
right, but anyway, check out Twitch and Facebook,
Discord,
and Twitter, and YouTube. Oh, that's where we are right now.
Yep.
Yeah, do that.
Yeah. Where are we at right now? Discord. Not on Discord.
Yeah, we are.
Oh, not right now.
Oh, no, we're
not right now. Not live.
We're not live on Discord, yes.
No, but check us out.
We rarely are live on Discord. I mean, not for everyone to watch.
No.
We use Discord a lot.
Yep.
But anyway, this is getting rambly, so...
That's how it's been.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody. Yeah.
Woo!
Check us out next week. We got it coming out.
Oh, yeah, the finale.
Yeah. Finale. Gen Wars, baby.
Gen Wars for it.
Yes. Most work we've ever done.
The most watch prep we've ever done for a series.
Yeah.
Or for any video.
Yeah. Yeah, so check us out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Check it out. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, thanks for watching.
Peace out.
Good one.
Yeah. Mask up.
Woo!
Get a vax.
Yeah, get vaccinated.
Please. Thank you.
Woo!